Welcome back to my channel, people, where we deep dive into interesting subjects. What if I told you Nigeria has the potential to be the next wealthy great civilization? Yes, you heard me right. Wealthy great civilization. Nigeria has that potential. Why? Well, first of all, what is a wealthy civilization? When we think of wealthy civilizations, we can go back to cities like, in the ancient times, we could go back to places like Babylon, Rome, Egypt, and in the modern world, cities like Dubai, Silicon Valley, or countries like Norway and Qatar. Like Norway, an average child born in Norway is worth like $200,000, and an average child born in Qatar is worth like $500,000. Yeah. So how can we make this country Nigeria, or what's making even say it's possible to make this country Nigeria a center for the next wealthy great civilization? And if you understand great civilization is about economic transformation, creating opportunity where everybody has the chance to succeed and everybody thrives and everyone has equal opportunity to move up in the world. So how is it possible for me to even be saying that Nigeria has the potential to be the next civilization? Yes, Nigeria has strategic things that no matter who you are, you cannot ignore, that are ingredients to make this a world civilization. And if you think about wealthy civilizations, they come like maybe once in a generation, once in like 100 years or whatever. But as nature will have it, Nigeria has or is uniquely positioned to capitalize on that opportunity, like it or not. Now, one of the first things I've seen that make this our beautiful country, or this our country, have the potential to become the next wealthy great civilization is a young population. And if you understand things, a young population is a demographic dividend, is a gift from the Almighty, because young people come with creativity, innovation, and raw energy. If you think about Afrobeat today, Afrobeat is the brainchild of young people. Do you understand? Like, it's the young people who have done Afrobeat that has captured the world. So I'm just talking in that context. Now imagine that same raw energy, innovation, put into different industries, put in different systems to work. That is a revolution, whether we like it or not. Because young people are the key things that make certain economies work. If you think about Africa, one of the contributions Africa made to this world, or one of the things that happened in this continent was at some point in our history, white people came and took all the young people to build their countries. That was the slave trade. So that's the power of young people. Or if you look at Shenzhen, in China, it's the young people that work in the factories. Or if you look at India, it's the young people that are the IT guys who are doing solutions that are outsourcing for all these major companies. So young people have an important part to play when it comes to the economy. They make the major workforce, they bring economies, they bring innovations, and they bring lifestyle to a society. So that makes it a very key component in making a wealthy civilization. Nigeria is not an oil nation. Nigeria is a gas nation. Do you understand? We have at least 10 times more gas than we have oil. I went to secondary school in Benin, and for 6 years, that's 365 days in a year, I saw the flaring of gas every single day. That's the same gas that made Qatar rich. I saw it with my own eyes being flared every day for over 6 years. So imagine if that gas now has been put to use. Imagine all that flaring was money saved. Because if you think about it, Norway and Qatar, what was the brilliant thing they did? They just took, from the time they discovered oil, they decided that, or gas, they found that for every barrel, or every cubic meter of gas they sold, they saved a certain amount from 1960 or 1975 to now. Do you understand? So these societies we're talking about now, even ancient Rome, Babylon, we see that Rome had Caesars. We see America had its founding fathers. It's not about the money, it's about visionary leadership, guiding these economies to be what they are today. So we cannot separate the power of visionary leadership from that. But natural resources play a fundamental role in building a civilization. And Nigeria has that in abundance. Think about a place like Kogi. Kogi State could be an industrial hub for the whole of Africa. Do you understand? From steel manufacturing to automobile plant to many other things that could be in that Kogi space. Now think about the north. The north could be a massive platform for agriculture that can feed billions of people if it's done right. Or it could also be a platform for massive solar farms that could power our industrial space cheaply. Do you understand? Not expensive power, cheap power. So that is a game changer. Now, the third thing I've seen that makes this our country, we be saying, hey, man, can make it a net wealthy civilization is Nigeria is strategically positioned or strategically put on the map. If you think about it, Nigeria is at the center, at the down of Africa. So we could be strategically connected to Africa, Europe, and the rest of the world through shipping. Just imagine for 1 second here, the entire southern seaboard was built. We could handle millions of containers across the world. Nigeria could be another shipping hub for business, a major shipping hub like what Singapore is, or any of these, or like the places like Florida is. Do you understand? We could be a major shipping hub or a major retail place for yachts and things like that, or yacht manufacturing or shipbuilding. So that's a major thing that we need to look into in this country. It has the capacity to be that, and these are things that the country is not looking into, because our strategic location could make many things possible in this country. And what are the solutions that I think these are the key ingredients I've seen, or the things that can make the soup, or the things that can make Nigeria uniquely positioned to be a civilization? And how do we now leverage those solutions across Nigeria? I think the first thing we can think of that has worked in this country, not what can work, what has worked, is innovation hubs. If you think about places like co-creation hubs and the ability for them to generate startups and attract funding, imagine that idea, scale that across the 36 states. You understand? Supported by government, business, and universities. We could have a startup nation or an innovation nation. You understand? So just think about all the cash that has been raised from all those guys that did Paystack and everything. Now imagine that to unique solutions to unique problems. Do you understand? And if you understand, like, every solution is local. Do you understand? So if we now take that approach to problem solving across in innovation hubs across every part of Nigeria, that could work, because all innovation happens in clusters. Like if you think of Wall Street, that's an innovation hub. If you think about Silicon Valley, that's an innovation hub. If you think about Shenzhen, that's an innovation hub. Do you understand? If you think about Balogun Market, that's an innovation hub. You understand? Things, or Alaba, that's an innovation hub, whether you like it or not. But it's just for us to put our minds and direct intelligent leadership into build these things into incredible clusters that can power our economy. Now, imagine the third one now I think about is, imagine financial inclusion to every single Nigerian. Do you understand that? Every single Nigerian has access to financial tools. Every single Nigerian has access to financial funding. And you understand, wealth has to be inclusive. Nobody can be left behind. Imagine we have a system that we can scale all that to every single part of the country. Every single person born in Nigeria could have access to, I'm not saying thousands, tens of dollars, even if it's a $500 funding for some idea through the right process that can bring out something into this world. That's incredible. That could be the path of something great in this country, rather than government always trying to give people food. And I know people need to eat too, but I mean, rather than government trying to just give people the bare minimum. Do you understand? We could align corporate social responsibility, government, and education into a system whereby it empowers every single Nigerian through their mobile phone. Do you understand? So those are key things, I think. Now imagine if that all these ideas, their dreams that could be brought into plans and reality, was now brought into fruition, and it now happens on Nigeria. Imagine how Nigeria would thrive. And if Nigeria thrives, Africa thrives. And if Africa thrives, we are changing the global economic imbalance of the world. Do you understand? So imagine a reality where all these things come into play. And all these things I'm saying right now, they are not things that are dreams. Everything I've talked about has the potential, or has already started working on some level. So you can already begin to see, is either this is the future of Nigeria, or we are just playing ourselves, or we're just fooling ourselves, because this is the path I believe God has given us, whether we like it or not. Because with our demographic population, with the amount of young people in this country, with the amount of capital that this country needs to generate, and the solutions that need to come out of here, we are working either on a time bomb or an incredible growth future. Is one of the two, because Nigeria cannot continue to move mediocrity in this system. Tell me what you think about it in the comments. Like, subscribe, share this video. And if you're an entrepreneur, an investor, or someone who believes in Nigeria, I think this video is really for you. Thanks for watching. Out.